Good day everyone, my name is Anna and welcome to Cactus Caffeine. In this video, I will be showing you my entire aloe collection. Aloes are my second most favorite succulents, next to cactus of course. If I'm not a collector of cactus, I would say I will be collecting more aloes. There is a vast majority of aloes, over 500 species are out there, and more hybrids are coming out each year. Some aloes grow as tall as trees, while others grow low, forming dense mats. But due to space consideration, I only collect those aloes that stay small and compact. I will show each and every aloe that I have in my collection, as well as talk about its basic care. So let's get started. Let us start off with this beautiful Aloe Castiglione hybrid. I love this aloe because of the very prominent red bumps on its leaves. Very similar to the Aloe Castiglione, except the Aloe Castiglione is smaller than this one and it has a more compact growth habit, and when it grows, it hangs or it sprawls. I like this one. This one is growing more upright. Next is Aloe Krakatoa. This aloe has green leaves with coral pink edges. I can tell that this one grows big, except I am keeping it in a small pot and in a cluster. That's why I am limiting its growth, but I'm sure if I transfer this in a bigger pot, this has a potential to become a bigger aloe. This one is Aloe Snowstorm. This aloe is typically green and white, but when stressed, it turns into this chocolate brown color, which I do not really like. I prefer it to be green and white, but since it is winter right now, the cold temperature and the sunlight is stressing this aloe, thus making it change its color into brown. Usually, the bigger aloes can tolerate more sunlight than the smaller compact ones. Aloes will tolerate full sun, but only if the temperature is not too hot. When the temperature exceeds 90 degrees Fahrenheit, they will need some filtered sunlight or bright shade to prevent burning. On the other hand, you will know if your aloe is not receiving enough sunlight when the center starts growing with a pale color like this one. The rosettes can grow flat as if trying to expose its leaves to more sun, and in time, the stacking of the leaves also will be farther apart from each other instead of growing closer or more compact. Next is Aloe Firecracker. This is one of my favorites. As its name suggests, this aloes seem to burst with bright colors of red and pink when stressed under sunlight and exposed to cool temperatures. The next one could possibly be Aloe Donny. This was given to me by Tom, a viewer who lives here in Nevada as well. Bamboo Tom 53 is his Instagram handle. This forms beautiful small rosettes with white spots, and the edges have fine teeth that are pink to red. The center of the leaves are green during the warmer months, but with cooler temperatures and bright sun, it develops a bluish-gray tint. I find that aloes grow best at temperatures between 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything lower or higher than those temperatures, aloes will start to go dormant. Prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures will kill them. Many of the smaller hybrid aloes tolerate colder temperatures. In fact, cold temperature plus sunlight brings out a beautiful stressed colors on many of them. Aloe Mauna Loa is a Kelly Griffin hybrid. I remember when I bought this, it had a green color with white raised ridges and its edge is yellow-orange. Since it is winter right now, the edges turn white and the ridges turn pink. Such a beautiful aloe and is very prolific as well. Another favorite of mine is the ALOE. This is a striking aloe with its irregular pink teeth on the margins and raised bumps of the same color on the center. This aloe has been in this pot for 4 years now and it is still looking good. Aloes do not need frequent repotting. In fact, I find them to grow better when they are a bit root bound. Keeping them in small containers will control their growth, especially if you do not want your aloes to grow too big too fast. Next, I have Aloe Blizzard. This looks similar to the Aloe Snowstorm, but the Blizzard has more bright white variegation on it. We are moving on to my holiday aloes. The one on the right is Aloe Christmas Carol and to its left is Aloe Christmas Sleigh. Aloe Christmas Sleigh has bigger teeth on its edges, while the Carol has finer bright red teeth that outlines the star-shaped rosettes. This is how they look side by side. The little one here is a pup of this Aloe Christmas Carol. Propagation is easy for most aloes as they easily produce offsets at the base of the plant. These offsets can be easily detached from the mother plant and planted separately. Alternatively, aloes may also be sown from seed. They produce flowers from a long inflorescence like this. The flowers are small, tubular, usually orange, yellow, or red, and hanging like little bells. When the flowers get pollinated, they will form seed pods. This is an example of a seed pod. When the seed pods are fully developed and mature, they will burst open, releasing the seeds inside. Here is an example of an open seed pod. This is already empty as the seeds are easily dispersed as soon as the seed pod opens. If you want to collect the aloe seeds, you will have to cover the seed pods with a mesh so that when the seed pod opens, you will be able to catch the seeds. I sow aloe seeds in the same way that I grow cactus from seeds. They need high humidity and heat to germinate. These are hybrids that I grew from seed. I crossed the ALOE with the Aloe Lizard lips. They look similar but they are not exactly the same. This one right here has great potential. I will separate this and try to propagate it. Another interesting fact about aloes is that they can hybridize with other types of succulents. This is an aloe tarantula. This is a beautiful aloe that is densely covered with small teeth. This is actually not a pure aloe because this plant is a cross between an aloe and a gasteria. The flowers grow from a thick stem, a trait that probably came from its gasteria parent. Here is another interesting aloe hybrid. This is Aloe Black Gem. Again, this is not a pure aloe as this one is a cross between an aloe and a haworthia. It is a cross between Aloes speciosa and Haworthia cymbiformis. Its leaves is typically green, but sun exposure will make its leaves turn bronze or red in color. This one is more delicate than a true aloe. This will not tolerate a hard frost and will be happier given filtered sunlight or bright shade, which is understandable knowing that one of its parents is a Haworthia. This one is Aloe Purple Haze. It has long leaves that are bluish-green during the summer and turns bluish-gray, almost purple during colder months. Pink teeth line the edges of its leaves. Then I have Aloe Lizard Lips, a hybrid made by John Bleck. This one also has long triangular leaves with green and white patterns and lined with tiny teeth. This is the aloe that I crossed with the ALOE to make those hybrid seedlings that I showed earlier in this video. Another Kelly Griffin hybrid is this Aloe Key Lime. This has a more yellow-green color during warmer months. Fortunately, these survived after being with an offset that had aloe mites in it. I took off the infected plant, discarded it, and treated the healthy ones with a miticide to ensure that they don't have mites in them. Aloes are not immune to pests. Most are easily treatable except when it gets infected with aloe mites. Aloe mites are only visible under a microscope and they spread easily. You will know when your aloes get them because the plant will start developing unusual looking gall growth on the leaves and on the flower stems and buds. Aloe mite is like cancer to aloes. It is very difficult, not to mention costly, to eradicate them. It may be more cost-effective to just discard an aloe and get a new one rather than to purchase expensive chemicals to treat your aloe. If you want to learn more about aloe mites, I will link a video that I previously made when this aloe key lime got infected with aloe mites. Next, we move on to aloe blue elf. This is a tight clumping aloe that produces many offsets. Unlike many hybrid aloes, this one has smooth leaves, but its uniqueness shows in its blue color. The tips turn pink with colder temperatures and just enough sun exposure. It produces spikes of multiple bright red-orange flowers. I find this one to be cold hardy. I keep this plant unprotected during our winter and it can survive freezing temperatures down to 26 degrees Fahrenheit when kept on the drier side. This is a variegated Aloe nobilis. Due to its variegation, this one needs more protection from the sun. Aloes grow better with deep watering, but it does not like its roots sitting in wet soil for a long time. They are also susceptible to root rot. Make sure to use a well-draining soil, such as those made for cactus and succulents. I water my aloes whenever the soil feels dry, but when I water, I use the soak and dry method. I let the soil go dry for a few days in between waterings before I give it a good soak once again. You will know when your aloe needs a drink by looking or feeling its leaves. When the leaves are firm and plump, no immediate watering is necessary. But when the leaves feel thin or when they curl up, they are telling you that they are thirsty. Aloes do not need a lot of feeding, but they will benefit from being fertilized once or twice a year. I use the same fertilizer formulated for cactus and succulent in feeding my aloes. Aloe crosby's prolific is a hybrid of the Aloe nobilis crossed with Aloe humilis variety echinatum. It has bright green leaves with sharp teeth on the edges. This is not cold hardy. Prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures will burn its tips. Winter rain makes it susceptible to root rot that can eventually kill this plant. Aloe Crimson Dragon is another aloe with leaves that are on fire, whatever season it is of the year. Sun exposure makes the color of this aloe even brighter. Here are two evergreen aloes and both are frost tender. This one on the left is Aloe Little Gem. It grows long, green, and low clumping foliage. And of course, no aloe collection is complete without the staple aloe vera. I grow this not for its ornamental look, but more for its medicinal use. That is why you will see a lot of cut up leaves or broken leaves because I often use this for burns in insect bites. Next, we move on to a species aloe found in Somalia. This is Aloe hemingii or hemingii. It is also called mosaic aloe due to the distinct white linear markings on very shiny and smooth green leaves. The outline is lined with sharp, even teeth. This is cold hardy down to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It will change its color to rust when exposed under enough sunlight and cold temperatures. Finally, this is Aloe swordfish. This is a hybrid with long blue-green leaves. It has an even coral to red teeth on the edges. This hybrid grows bigger than the other more compact ones. Its red flower grows from a long branched inflorescence. So there you have it, my complete aloe collection that I grow here in the desert. They do not like our very hot summer nor our freezing cold winter. They will go dormant during those times and will really look terrible, but they are forgiving and will easily bounce back as soon as the growing conditions become suitable for them once again. If you grow aloes, I would like to know which ones are your favorite and how many aloes do you have in your collection. Which reminds me, I did not count how many I have, so that gives me a reason to go back and watch this video. Anyway, so don't forget to check my Facebook and Instagram accounts. And until next time, bye everyone and cheers!